What is up, my brothers and sisters? It's your boy Juice. So, I've been hearing a lot in the news lately that China has lit its first artificial sun. 120 million degrees and the world is on edge. Whoa! The sun is shining in China, but probably not in the way you would expect. Scientists working on the the tokamak, a nuclear fusion device in Hefei, China, have had a breakthrough that could change the future of clean energy. So it's in the sky, is what they're saying? It uses plasma, because it sounds like they're doing it from the ground. Like, how are they, unless they're like, they just keep flying up there and they just keep flying up there and then they keep flying back down, changing light bulbs and shit like that. And magnets might have saved the world by helping contain super hot plasma. That's what I'm always saying. Magnetic, electrical, plasma. I'm always talking about stuff like that. Interesting. And so anyways, I got to reading more and looking into it more because I've made several videos about this, right? China launches artificial sun. So if they already launched an artificial sun and it works, then what's the need to keep furthering this research, right? Like, y'all have already accomplished it. There's no need to, unless you're like observing like what it's going to do to the life on Earth or something of that nature, correct? No? You know, because now they got to test like over time, like what's going to happen with all this, right? Like what about the animals? Like what about like nighttime? Like when nighttime comes, like it's still nighttime. Like I in my car with just the regular headlights on, like I can't see shit. But then when you put on the brights, it's like, oh man, there's everything, right? But it's still nighttime. You know what I mean? So, says China. So if they already launched this and they already did this, like, what's the need to keep furthering this research? Like, because like they've already accomplished it, right? Like, you can't like get like a math equation and be like 2 + 2 is 4, and then like you got the answer there, right? Like it's 4, right? Like 2 + 2 is 4, right? So like you've accomplished this already, right? There's no other second guessing or doubting or trying to figure it out in another way, because ultimately 2 + 2 is 4, right? Like you're still going to end up with 4, and there's no other way to do it. Like you accomplished this already, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. And 2 years ago, it says video claims China launched an artificial sun to the sky, but they're still talking about making new breakthroughs. Like Dabu here, 16 minutes ago, says China has lit its first artificial sun, right? So, and then they're like, oh, and we're going to build a moon too, right? Like, and you got these guys standing in just like in front of a bunch of like light bulbs, right? It's like, so when we put this thing in space, we're gonna have to figure out how to go up there and change this. Not to mention, this video apparently is from 7 years ago, and it says Germany, sunlight turns on world's largest artificial sun. And if they're doing this from the ground and turning on suns, like holy shit, like dude, those guys got obliterated, right? Whoever's behind the glass pushing the button, right? They're like, we're going to turn on the light now, right? Like, they just, like, got obliterated, right? They just, like, liquidated. They were burned, right? Like, all the animals, the sun, right? It just created, like, this beam of plasma, right? That just shot through, like, the building and when it came out from the underground, right? You know what I mean? And, yeah. So, and then, look, you got 2 suns here in Dubai. So apparently Dubai has a second sun too, and Germany does. All these other all these other countries have all these planets in their sky now, but we don't ever see them. Maybe that's why there's 7 suns showing up. Yeah, I've seen that video where there's like 7 suns. It's like, well, that's because everybody's got a sun, right?